There's a new initiative tonight to help turn around New York State's failing schools. Districts that are struggling will now have access to more money through a measure by Governor Andrew Cuomo. He estimates it will help 60,000 students across New York. News 4's Jen Shantz is here to explain what this means for Buffalo. Jen?
Well, Kellen, the $100 million Upstate Distressed Schools Fund could be tapped into by those districts that can prove a dire need for it, which includes Buffalo Public Schools. We spoke to local school leaders and lawmakers today. They're optimistic with the measure, but are concerned that it could come with strings. A new safety net for New York's failing schools could give those in the Queen City a much-needed boost. Governor Cuomo introduced the Upstate Distressed Schools Fund in Yonkers Sunday. It's one of the state's 5 upstate school districts, which also include Buffalo, Albany, Syracuse, and Rochester. Yonkers is sitting on a $28 million deficit. Cuomo hopes this new funding could turn things around for all the major struggling school districts.
Yonkers reminds me of Buffalo. There were cities that were struggling for many years, but you feel a new energy in Yonkers. There's a different feeling. There's more hope.
Buffalo School Board member Carl Palladino thinks the governor is finally seeing the scope of the problem, and more funding could play an important role in turning things around.
Buffalo is so bad, with 46 out of 58 schools failing, that it's really a recognition that these urban school districts can't repair themselves while they're controlled by the unions like they are.
But Senator Mark Penapinto is hesitant.
The devil is always in the details. And so, yes, while I am excited that $100 million is being made available to the 5 upstate districts, I want to see what else, if anything, is linked to the money.
One concern, he says, is that the funding will be tied to the Education Investment Tax Credit, which would give millions in tax breaks to the very wealthy. The two aren't linked now, but Panapinto says if they were, it could impact the measure getting the green light. Now, the fate of this new funding package will be decided soon, as there are only a few days left in New York's legislative session.